Welcome back to AM Northwest. Chances are those good crackers that you snack on or even that soda you drink could contain a GMO. So what are they and how can you avoid them? Well, here are some answers. We're happy to welcome back the Healthy Grocery Girl, registered dietitian, Megan Roosevelt.
Hello.
Nice
Good
to see you.
Thank you so much.
Making her 1 year anniversary on the
Yes,
show.
happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thanks for having me for one whole wonderful year.
Well, you're like many people. Once you've been on the show, you will never get out of our web.
I like that.
First, let's define for folks what is GMO.
Absolutely. So GMO stands for genetically modified organisms, or commonly referred to as genetically modified foods. And what they are, it's when a plant or an animal is genetically engineered, the DNA, with another plant or animal. So what that means is, for example, we'll use a fish and a tomato as an example. You take the DNA from a cold water fish, genetically engineer it with the DNA of a tomato, and now that tomato can be more efficient and withstand growing in colder temperatures. So it helps, with farming and producing a better yield. There's a lot more money if you can have, grow bigger, better produce faster, quicker. But of course, the tomato is no longer just a tomato. It's now genetically modified tomato.
It's part fish.
It is.
Okay.
And so does that affect our health then?
Exactly, and that's one of the really big debates. You're going to have people on both sides. There are going to be people saying that it doesn't, and there's a lot of people that say it does. One kind of scary point about GMOs is a chemical called Bt toxin, and Bt toxin is a pesticide that they're now genetically engineering within produce, so commonly corn. And what will happen is now instead of spraying fruits and vegetables with pesticides, the pesticides are growing within the fruits and vegetables. So if a little bug comes to snack on a bit of corn, it's going to blow up his stomach and he will die. So if that's what's happening to bugs, it's a little bit alarming to what is happening to us.
All right, so as a consumer, are we warned that this food has been genetically modified?
No, there are some countries that have banned GMOs, Japan and Europe, but right now in America there is no ban, and there's a lot of people that want to have their food labeled as GMO if it is or if it isn't, but right now there's no regulation for all companies to have to label their foods as GMO.
So could I, as a food manufacturer, label it GMO even if it's not certified GMO free?
You will see some companies wanting to tell you that it's a non-GMO food. You'll see more companies wanting to tell you that your food is non-GMO.
Yeah.
Of course, the companies that are GMO, they're not going to tell you, oh,
Sure.
this is GMO.
Okay.
Sure.
So some commonly GMO foods that you may want to be aware of. Corn, really popular to be a GMO food. Canola oil. Soy is about 94% of soy in America is genetically modified. So unless you're buying...
Of all things.
Right.
And we're told it's so healthy for us.
You would think, but a lot of that's marketing. A lot of that is, there's politics in food as well. So unless you're buying organic, non-GMO soy, your soy is most likely genetically modified. Sugar beets is one, cotton, Hawaiian papaya, and also, meat, dairy, eggs, cheese, all of those foods can have GMOs in them if the cattle or the chicken have fed off of GMO corn or soy, because that ends up in them.
Unless you're buying organic eggs or organic beef, is that your only assurance, and can you trust that?
Yeah, exactly. So that's a great point. Those are some things, if you want to avoid GMOs, so what you can do is always buy organic or as much as possible. Limit your intake of processed foods. There's also a really great organization called the Non-GMO Project, and I brought a bunch of different little options here to show you to have that logo on them. So here's some corn, since corn is popularly a GMO food. Here's the logo right there. And this organization's a nonprofit, and their whole mission is to have foods go through this process to get verified as non-GMO. So really your optimal best bet of avoiding GMOs is to buy organic that also have the non-GMO logo on them, because these foods are guaranteed, they've gone through testing that they're not genetically modified.
How prevalent are they? How easy is it to find organic, non-GMO food?
Yeah, it's actually easier than you would think. I went to a couple different grocery stores before this segment to kind of see. I went to Whole Foods, I went to some other grocery stores, and Fred Meyer's, and all you have to do is look for it. But I wanted to point out some that maybe in a space that you wouldn't think. Here's the logo on the back of the product. This one here is on the side down here. So you may have to do a little searching. Some of them are going to be right blatantly in front, on the front of the product, and some of the products, the logo may be kind of hidden without the packaging a little bit.
If you're consuming genetically modified foods, and they're bad for you. If they are bad for you, what would be the symptoms of it? Do we know?
Yeah, so there's kind of a couple different things. One, if it's genetically modified, it's a chemical, it's a toxin. So over time, those building up in your system, in your body, can lead to, you know, degenerative diseases, cancer, diabetes, autism, obesity, heart disease. All of those are on the rise.
Huh, yeah, things are on the rise.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, very good information. We'll have more on the website too at
Thank you so
KATU.com.
much.
Thank you so much.
Nice to
Great
see you.
information.